Hi best friends, and today we're gonna be showing my top 5 must-have vinyls for every record player owner that starts collecting vinyls. I say these are the first 5, or what I suggest you should get as some staples and some very classic music. Let's start with Fleetwood Mac Rumors. I would say this is one of the best-selling vinyls for records for a reason. And I have the colored version. I have the golden version from Target. It's beautiful, like photos from the band in the back. And Stevie Nicks is wonderful. I really like her voice. I think my favorite would probably be The Chain and Dreams. And honorable mention to Go Your Own Way. But great vinyl record. And then I would say number 2 would be my favorite guitarist, which is Carlos Santana. I have his Supernatural 1999 record. This came out the year I was born, and I think it's one of the best records that came out that year. It definitely won album of the year, record of the year. Was smooth, and it has a lot of collaborations. For example, they collaborated with Mana and Rob Thomas and Dave Matthews Band. Of course, they have their songs like Corazón Espinado with Mana, and the most famous one would be Smooth with Rob Thomas, and Maria Maria. I would say that my favorite is probably Maria Maria, almost tied with Smooth, and I would say Corazón Espinado is also pretty good. And if you're an Eric Clapton fan, there's also The Calling, feat Eric Clapton. But this is a great, classic rock record with some influences of African samba and electric acoustic guitar rock, psychedelic rock. Very good music. And then for bands, I would definitely say Arctic Monkeys, AM. This is their first album, and I would say it's the most well-known one from them, at least their most sold vinyl record album. This is kind of Tumblr days. I would say their most famous songs are Do I Wanna Know and Why You Only Call Me When You're High. Very great record. Here we have them, and it's like a foldable sleeve. But yeah, I mean, what can I say about this record that hasn't been said before? It's a UK rock band that was more on the underground scene, and then they became super popular mainstream after festivals. But my favorite is probably Are You Mine and Why You Only Call Me When You're High. Oh, and honorable mention to I Wanna Be Yours. So that's 1. So far with them 3. And I think if I were to include something more pop culture related, would probably be a Taylor Swift record. And if you're a Taylor Swift fan, I would probably recommend Red by Taylor Swift. I think her most well-known song from her touring would be, at least a fan favorite, would be All Too Well, the 10-minute version. And I'll say it's definitely a great pop record. This album has a bit of a pop slash, like it's her transition from country to pop, so it has a bit of everything. Like I personally really like it, and I'll say you should definitely give it a chance. If you're not a Taylor Swift fan, that's fine. If you don't like Red or 1989, you could give Fearless a try. That's more country. Or you could try Folklore or Evermore, which are more like folksy pop. And then that's my 4 records so far. For the final one, it's this one, and I think Clero just has like a very nice soft indie voice, and I really enjoy it on a like relaxing morning, like sipping some coffee, or like later in the afternoon, like a Sunday afternoon when I'm like just wanting some tea and some peace and quiet. I can just put it in the background and relax. So top 5 like vinyl must-have recommendations. I hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know if you enjoyed.